Welcome back. We've got something special today, the Onkyo TX-4500 Mark II. After some testing, we discovered this vintage 1979 system still has some life in it after all. It works perfectly. Well, almost. It needs some new lights. Unfortunately, fixing all the lights on an Onkyo TX-4500 Mark II takes quite a bit of time and gets complicated if you don't know what you're doing, but don't worry. We're here to make the process simple. Let's get started. First, take the lid off. You're going to do this by unscrewing the two screws on the left side, the two on the right side, and the two on the back. We're going to begin with the 7 lights for the mode selectors. Take out the screws here that secure the light board to the plastic clips. Take the board out, being careful to slip it under the tuner string. Start by desoldering the first bulb. Then slip the wire out of its holes and gently take the bulb out of the socket. We're using 12-volt 5mm LED bulbs, 2 red and 5 green. You can find these pre-wired online on sites like eBay, Amazon, and Etsy, but for the purposes of this DIY repair, we're doing them ourselves. First, strip the end of your 20-AUG electrical wire. Twist around the wire of your light a couple times so it stays in place. Grab your soldering gun and solder the wires together. Next, grab some heat shrink tubing and cut to size. You need enough to completely cover and go a little past the exposed wire of the LED bulb, so about an inch. Grab your heat gun and use it to shrink the tubing down until it's snug. Trim the other end of the wire now. Bend the wire so the two exposed ends are side by side, and solder them together. We're testing the length of what we need here. It's not much, maybe an inch or 2 of wire. Now do the same with the remaining 6. We need 5 green and 2 red. By the way, these are color diffused LEDs, which means they have a wide viewing angle and are more suitable for use as indicators than the clear types. Once you've got them all, insert your first bulb. Take the wires and thread them through the same 2 holes you removed the old light from and solder them into place. Then go through replacing them all one by one following the same method. First, desolder. Second, slip out the wire and remove the bulb. Third, insert the new bulb. Fourth, solder the wires into place. From the outside, left to right is 1 red, 1 green, 1 red, 4 green. Now some of these bulbs are going to be stuck and are tricky to pull out, so here's a tip. Gently push them from behind. If that fails, you can gently take hold of the bulb with some pliers and hope that it doesn't shatter, like that. Though that does make it easier to take it out. That's it. After you've successfully inserted and soldered all the new lights, take your screwdriver and secure the encasing back into place. First, take your wire cutters and cut off the old LED lights. Trim a bit off the top of each wire. Slip a piece of heat shrink tubing down over the wire. Take your LED light. We're using 8-volt bulbs, cool blue. This one is fitted with a resistor, which makes the LED more stable when working at 12 volts so it doesn't burn out. Wrap the bare piece of wire around the light right under the resistor. Solder the wire together. Cut the excess off. Grab the heat shrink tubing that's already around the wire and pull it up so it covers the soldering point you just created. Use your heat gun to secure the tubing to the wire. Now, do the same to the other wire on that light. Slip a piece of heat shrink tubing down it, wrap the receiver's wire around that of the bulbs, solder it, cover the bare wire with your tubing, and heat it until it shrinks to size. And that's the first one done. We're plugging it in to do a quick check. Yes, it works. So let's slip that light into place and move on to the second one. We're doing the same thing here. Strip the wire ends, slip on an inch of tubing, then twist the bulb onto the wire. Solder them together and clip the excess. Slide the tubing into place and shrink it down. Do the same with the other side. You can purchase heat shrink tubing on Amazon. There are pre-cut kits with different diameters of tubing which are more versatile. There are also heat shrink tubing rolls where you just cut the length you need. Awesome! Those lights look great. Now for the final part. First, remove the faceplate. We do this by taking off all of the knobs on the front panel. That includes the tuning knob, which requires some work with a screwdriver. Once that's done, take out the screws on the top here. Flip the unit upside down and unscrew the ones along the bottom of the faceplate too. Then, take the faceplate off. We're starting with the dial indicator bulb, so gently pull that out. Pop off its top. Take out the light bulb. Cut the wire about an inch from the back of the station indicator. Grab your new bulb. For this, we're using a warm white 8-volt light. Push the bulb gently into place. Slide the top back on. We're gluing it in place here just so it stays secure to the string. Use a thin twist tie to secure the positive and negative wires from the dial indicator to the string so it stays secure. Then slip the tip back into place. Strip the end of one of the indicator's yellow wires. Slip roughly an inch of heat shrink tubing down it. Take the end of the bulb's black wire and twist it together with the yellow wire so the bare ends are attached. Solder them together to seal the deal. Adjust the tubing so it covers the soldering joint. Use your heat gun. Once that's done, just do the same for the other side. Slip on the tubing, twist the bare ends of the wire together, solder them, and use the heat gun to shrink it down to size. Once you're done, carefully slip the station indicator back into place. The tip is very delicate, so if it snaps off, just glue it back on. Now we need to get to those bulbs on each side. Starting with the left, take out these two screws. we're using a soldering gun to loosen up the joints around the bulb so we can take it out more easily. You can also grab a screwdriver to help wiggle it loose from the side. Once you do get that old bulb pulled out enough, use wire cutters to snip its wire and cut it loose. Now, carefully insert the new light. For this, we're using 8-volt axial LED cool white bulbs. The two wires will need to be pushed through the holes in the back. Once the light is in position, solder the wires to the board. Solder from the back of the encasing, not the front. Then we just screw it back into place. Now for the right side. Unscrew the encasing. Pop out the old bulb, then insert your new one. It does help to bend the wires like this, so the bulb just slides easily into place with the wires sticking out from the back. Solder it into place and screw it back together. Alright, lights on, tech approved. Since that's good, we're going to put it all back together. First the front panel, which has those screws on top and at the bottom. Then fit all the knobs back on. Finally, put the top back on and screw everything back into place. Man, that brushed aluminum with the wooden case is incredible. Did you know that this 1979 Onkyo TX-4500 Mark II retailed for $479.95? It was the mid-range offering in their lineup, taking the design of their TX-4500 stereo and optimizing it. And that's it. Congratulations! You should be proud of yourself. This isn't the quickest repair, but it's well worth it. After all, look at how beautifully that glows. Now that we've repaired this unit, we'll be able to find it a loving home. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos for more repair tips. See you next time.